Hi everyone, this is a Cosmic Flux update for the week of Monday, August 20th to Sunday, August 26th. We're going to examine two major planetary transits occurring this week. The first one being the Sun going from being in Leo to being in Virgo on Wednesday. The second one being the full moon phase occurring with the Sun in Virgo and the Moon in Pisces occurring on Sunday. So let's examine these cosmic planetary energies to see how they're going to be affecting or might be affecting the collective consciousness. Let's examine. Alright, so let's start off with the first major transit, which is the Sun going from being in Leo to being in Virgo. So what does this mean? Okay, so something to understand about the zodiac is that it is a cycle. And every single sign symbolizes a phase within the cycle. So right now, the solar ray, the Sun, is going from emphasizing and highlighting Leo, embracing our own creativity in our own inner light, and centering ourselves in our own heart consciousness. And it's now moving into Virgo, which is our desire for purity and desire for perfection. Okay, so what does it mean? Let's give it a little bit more meaning. So I'm going to examine it from a very metaphysical point of view. Okay, so in Leo, we evolved out of Cancer. In Cancer, the psychic and feeling emotional inner life is enriched. It's highly sensitive because it is evolving into Leo, which in Leo we learn to center ourselves in our own inner light and to shine from that light, embracing it and radiating it. That's why Leo is ruled by the Sun, because that's what it is meant to completely channel and express, right? And now, fully embracing its inner light, the ego now moves into Virgo, and in Virgo it is humbled, it is of service. It learns to have a more grounded, practical, analytical, and discerning approach to its expression. And this is because it is becoming and learning these lessons to evolve into Libra. So it's preparing itself to come into relationships with others, because in relationships with others, right, it's not all about me, Leo, embracing my own light, it's just being all about me and the light is on me, Leo. So Virgo is a necessary step before we reach Libra, because in Libra, the main theme about Libra is balancing the needs of another's with your own. Again, achieving that balance between the needs of yours and another. And we don't get to that phase, we can't get to that phase until the ego is humbled, made practical, it learns through being of service, and its desire for perfection and purity is really a desire for perfection and purity of its own ego. So that's the metaphysical meaning behind the evolution of the Sun being in Leo to Virgo to Libra. Okay, so let's explore the Virgo archetype a little bit further and deeper. Okay, so Virgo is an earth sign. It's a mutable sign as well, which means it's very adaptable. Okay, and it's ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the mind, the thought process, and it is, more importantly, the only symbol of the planets that contains all three symbols that the planets are composed of. Something to know is all planetary symbology is composed of three symbols: the cross of matter, the crescent of personality, and the circle of spirit. In Mercury, as you might see if you know the Mercury symbol, we have the crescent of personality, the circle of spirit, and the cross of matter. So what does it mean? It is a communicator and it is a conduit for all the other planetary energies. It's a very androgynous type of energy. It just reflects whatever it receives. In Virgo, it's turned practical, analytical, and discerning. And the deep desire, again, is the desire for perfection and the highest expression of purity. Now let's examine why. So something else to understand about the zodiac is that from Aries to Leo, the symbols, the signs 1 through 5, there's an evolution of ego. We begin like newborns in Aries and develop and then embrace and integrate that deep inner light of our soul and our spirit, Sun, in Leo. In Virgo, there's a certain adjusting and synchronizing and humbling before we enter into into relationships. And then it is said that in Libra to Pisces, we develop the soul, because we can come into relationship with others, and we develop to balance our own needs with others. Scorpio, we deal with those unseen forces. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces have more to do with the collective energies of being in relationships with others, and the signs from Aries to Leo have a lot more to do with evolving our own personal energies. Okay, so Virgo is that middle point and that medium where we learn to perfect and purify our own attitudes, and something more importantly, or just as important, is we learn how our mental attitudes affect our health and our body. And that's why you'll find that many Virgos are so focused on their diets and on their habits and their organization skills of their home or their workspace or whatever they call their environment, right? Because they know that a cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. So again, there's this theme of adjusting on a very grounded and practical earth level the behaviors and the rituals of the ego, so that it can be made the most highest expression of perfection that it can reach. And then we walk into Libra in relationships with others, right? So just something else to kind of know, and that'll give us some context for understanding what it means for the sun to be in Virgo. All right, so the cosmos has us focusing on adjusting our attitudes to seeking the highest expression of purity and perfection through sun being in a Virgo, right? The full moon now walks into Pisces, the moon being in Pisces, the sun being in Virgo. So as much as the sun seems to be emphasizing the utilization of our analytical mind to discern what's healthy and what's in integrity with our own ego, so that we can be the highest level of perfection and purity ourselves. But now the cosmos is throwing in the moon into Pisces, which is directly highlighting its opposite sign of Virgo, right? And it seems kind of like how does this make sense? This is how it makes sense. The highest expression, the highest purity is a balanced expression, right? So as much as the sun and the cosmos might be highlighting to be very analytical, to seek the highest level of perfection, the moon in Pisces is reminding us to be in flow with the cosmos. Pisces, Neptune is all about identifying and acknowledging the spiritual realms that are beyond the physical, beyond what we can see with our physical eye, and to intuitively sense and feel into and synchronize with this cosmic flow of the universal life, the cosmic ocean, the cosmic sea that we are truly living within, right? Neptune, Pisces. So there's this balancing of use your analytical mind to discern what habits you need to let go of so you can be your highest, purest, most perfect self, Sun, Virgo. But also let yourself be in flow and let yourself be intuitive and feel into the synchronicities of the cosmos and receive these messages and receive these visions and these inspirations that come from we don't know where. Oh yeah, we do. The higher spiritual realms, Neptune, the cosmic ocean, which gives rise to all of life, right? So this is a very, it seems contradictory, but then again, polarities, oppositions in the zodiac are contradictory, but because the main objective is to be a balanced human, a balanced soul. So in this week, full moon is all about balancing these two sides of ourselves, the analytical mind, that logical mind that tries to create order and organize our immediate environment, and then Neptune, Pisces, really feeling into these higher spiritual realms that don't make logical sense, that we have to believe and give our faith to and synchronize and just be in this intuitive cosmic flow, right? So something else to be aware of during this full moon phase is that Saturn and Uranus, they are like our biggest supporters right now. Let me tell you why. Since the sun moved into Virgo, it created what's called a grand trinity aspect with Saturn and with Uranus. This is because they're all in Earth signs. So all the Earth signs are highlighted during this full moon phase. And really, as soon as the sun moves into Virgo on Wednesday. So Saturn in Capricorn, Uranus in Taurus, the sun in Virgo, highlighting every single Earth element sign. So this lends us the practical, grounding Earth element to materialize and actualize what we want to create and whatever we set in motion during the cycle in Leo. This creative impulse that we receive, we have the power to manifest this, okay? And also something to know about this full moon is that, yeah, during the full moon, there's an exact trinity between these three planets. Okay, so the solar energy, that mind, the analytical mind in Virgo, that desire for perfection and purity, has Saturn, structure, Uranus, innovation, to actualize in the earth element and make real and make grounded and channel and really materialize what we want to materialize. Okay, and the moon, get this, the moon is right in the middle, in the exact middle of both Uranus and Saturn, creating what's called in astrology a sextile aspect with the moon. Really, all that means is sextile is half of a trinity aspect. A trinity aspect, as I discussed before, is a harmonious synergy between these two planets. A sextile means there's an opportunity for the moon, or personality, Pisces, being in this cosmic flow, to utilize structure, Saturn, and to utilize innovation, originality, Uranus. Okay, so there's this beautiful synchronicity happening in the cosmos during this full moon phase that lends Saturn structuring, formative energy and vibration, and the Uranus cosmic knowledge and tapping into the universal mind, and lending us these two, creating the trinity aspect with the sun. So it's utilizing these two energies, and it's going to be channeling it through the moon, creating the sextile with both of them. So to put it simply, this is a time to materialize and manifest. Saturn and Uranus, which are usually polarities, because one wants to create structure, the other one, Uranus, wants to break structure and create a whole new form, or working synchronistically, harmoniously with the sun and with the moon in this full moon phase. So it's time to materialize and actualize our big dreams. This is it. And something else to know that has been active for this whole time that I've spoken about is Jupiter and Neptune, the expansive and imaginative cosmic energies in the water element, are also trine aspects with each other. So there's a lot of energy to work with. It's very feminine, it's very yin, it's very earth and water, but this is what we're moving into, right? We're moving into this phase of being very maternal and very nurturing and receiving and manifesting through that, okay? But also acting on it, right? And right now, what the universe is asking us to act on is that North Node in Leo. I cannot emphasize this enough. The lunar nodes are the oscillation points of the moon. The North Node of the moon being in Leo, and also Mercury in Leo, mean center yourself in your heart consciousness and creatively, authentically express yourself. The cosmos is supporting that. So this is my version, my interpretation of the two major aspects happening this week for the cosmos. If you guys like, please subscribe, please like, and let me know what you think.